but it's reading about right at DC, so maybe that guy's out to lunch. I don't use him all that often, so basically I can't tell which one it is. Okay. Ground, power. The good news, it's not over the value I'm using, so it should still be okay. Yeah, good power. Got my signal, generator, and ground. And we got nada. So first things first, let's just start poke along the circuit and see what I got. So here's the first stage of filtering. Oh wow. So I got nice square wave coming in there. Can I set the duty cycle? It does not. Does not look like it. That's unfortunate. Oh, can't do that. So here's what it looks like coming in, and here's what it looks like at the first cap. You know, the signal's all but gone. Look at that. Looks like I was running the frequency way too high. So at 35 hertz, where's my seconds? We get something that looks just like that. So 10,000 RPM is 35 hertz. Where's a pencil? There it is. Times 100. So 10 times 100, so 1,000 RPM. $2K equals 70. $100 is 30, or 3K equals 100 hertz. Now, this 3K equals 100 hertz is very interesting. Reading the forums, someone was doing some testing on here, and I'll have to go back and double check, but I think they mentioned when they were testing the meter on their bench, they had it, 100 hertz signal coming in, and they were getting 3,000 reading on the 3,000 RPM reading on the gauge. The math just doesn't work out. So I'm wondering if there's something else going on in the ignition system, because otherwise, if it was only doing 100 ignition cycles per rev, 100 ignition cycles giving you 3,000 RPMs on the engine, doesn't line up. I mean, it has to be at least 1 to 1, and the way the pistons are set up, I'd expect 2 to 1. Unless this is just a artifact of the fact that I'm driving this with a square wave from a frequency generator instead of an, a signal off the engine. So 40. Okay, so at 4K is about 133. About 170 is 5K. $200, 6K. $227K is 220. And 227. And what I wonder is, am I just hitting some frequency? At this point we're just losing, the frequency is getting so high, I'm just losing any signal into this because of the filter network. Now, let me double check that there's no way to put this thing into change the duty cycle. That's interesting. Well, one thing I can do is I can bypass temporarily this input filter network and basically inject the signal right into that second filter, or second cap of that filter network. The downside of doing that is I'm bypassing both of these resistors, which are probably there to drop the current. So I really don't want to do that. Oh, I know what I can do. Just pop the caps. So I'd expect 1K to be about 5,000. And it totally is not. Okay, both caps disconnected. I'm still pegged out on the meter. .8 kilohertz.